all that music, theatre and art, and multiculturalism. And the world's oldest underground, the Tube. The class of cities, really. Top shelf stuff. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
What's our status?
Perimeter security's down, but plenty of your flying friends about.
Fucking hell.
Dalton, no time to waste.
Yes, ma'am. I'm in. Any idea what we're up against, Bagley?
If you haven't brushed off, I might. Ever consider leaving these security threats to the authorities?
That's rich, Bagley. The government would sooner arrest us for trying to help than actually do something useful.
We'll have to sort this one on our own.
Carefully, Dalton.
Bagley, are you detecting a little worry in Sabine's voice?
Brilliant. Asking the computer about feelings. This explains so much.
Shut it, you two, and get to work.
There she is.
Their profiles are heavily encrypted. No identifying information.
Ghosts in this system. That hurt you more than it hurt me.
Do us a favor and keep it quiet, Dalton.
If they don't shoot me, I won't shoot them. How's that? They've got loads of DedSec gear down here. Now why do you suppose that is?
What? How did they get their hands on it?
I don't know. But someone wants to make it look like DedSec was here.
Shit. You need to proceed with extreme caution, Dalton.
Who are these men in black anyway?
Nothing identifying. I suspect that's by design.
Oh, fuck me. The entire place is rigged to blow.
Jesus, those canisters. Bagley, is that...
RDX nitrogen. Enough to level Parliament.
Can you locate a detonator, Bagley?
Not exactly, but there's a device streaming a fuckload of encrypted data from the floor above you.
Yeah, that fits the bill. On my way.
Bagley, is that not the detonator?
No, but it's a transmitter sending a signal to a device on the floor above us. Safe to assume that would be the detonator we're looking for.
I don't even want this in my history. You just watch yourself.
Staged DedSec propaganda all around the bombs. These pricks are going to blow up Parliament and hang it on us.
Not if you get to that detonator first.
In the House of Commons. Whoever these men in black are, they've got brass bollocks to set up in the centre of government. I found the detonator. And it's definitely live. Bagley, I'm gonna need some help with this.
Yes, you are, but sadly, I'm locked out.
Fuck. Well, we don't have a chance without Bagley.
Wait, I might know a workaround. We trained in manual overrides at MI5.
You're full of surprises. Be quick about it.
All right, Bagley, do your thing.
I'm in. And the bombs have just armed themselves. Well, that may complicate matters.
Fuck's sake. Can you defuse them or not?
Of course I can, but I might also trip another failsafe and vaporize you, so fair warning.
Expect this to draw some attention your way, Dalton.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
Company at our back door. Shit. Dalton, we've got some heat here at HQ.
How long's this gonna take, Bagley?
Depends how often you interrupt me with questions.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out. It's about to get real.
Fuck. They're on me. I'll try and hold them off.
Could be anywhere right now. Keep your eyes
Bagley,
open.
update.
Let's just say I'm both impressed and annoyed by how sophisticated this anti-tamper security is. Still working.
Fuck on fuck! Just a scratch! That's it. What's wrong with this thing?
Bagley, tell me you're close.
I'm through security, now wading through terabytes of decoy code looking for the detonation sequence.
Quite enough of it. Hey you, moving to cover! A little help here! My bloody gun's down! I'm taking fire!
Get behind cover!
Problem, Dalton. I need your physical appendages now.
What's wrong?
There are 3 slots on the left. One of them is the receiver. You need to pull the controller wire.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm fucking not. Pull the wire.
If this gets me blown up...
Bombs defused. See? That wasn't so bad, was it?
Bagley, you bastard. You nearly gave me a bloody heart attack then. Whoa. What the fuck am I looking at?
It appears Parliament is not the only target. More bombs are going live as we speak.
On screen, Bagley.
Now we need to get the word out. Those sites need to be evacuated.
They're spread out all over London. There isn't any time.
Told my sisters at the Tone Conference. We have to do something.
I picked up a transmitter on the roof that is sending out a signal to the other bomb sites. If you can reach it...
I can shut it all down. Sabine!
Fuck! Dalton, we're breached! Go! The roof!
Sabine, what's going on?
We're being raided. It's a bloodbath. Her protocol is to wipe everything, including Bagley.
I need him for the transmitter.
I know. But if they get him, they get everything. Names, ops, locations.
Okay, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Wipe him.
Yes, wipe me.
Do it, Sabine, and get the hell out of there.
Fuck. Okay, Bagley's down. You're on your own. Dalton, if this goes...
It won't. I'll see you at the rally point. I promise.
Good luck.
Search the area. Being shot out here!
Run to cover! What a fuck up! Fuck! Fuck! Shots fired! Shots fired! Fucking bastard! The suspect was definitely there.
Where are you? Okay. Bingo. No.
Well done, Dalton Wolf. I'm impressed.
The fuck are you?
Oh, you still think you're here to save London? I'm afraid that's not going to happen. You're here to help us with some important work.
Important work. Killing thousands of...
Exactly. To save the world. You do know Londoners have died before, hmm? The Plague, the Great Fire, the Blitz. There's not much fun. But destruction is always the cure. And it begins today. Zero Day. It's time for a hard reset.
Oh my God.
A series of explosions devastated 3 sites in London. Authorities are asking residents to remain in their homes as the situation continues to develop. We have received no official casualty total, but it is expected.
Mourners gathered for a series of candlelight vigils that brought closure to thousands of families and indeed to an entire city. London is now laser-focused.
Today at 10 Downing Street, where Nigel Cass, CEO of private military company Albion, received a mandate to secure London. Cass has vowed to hunt down DedSec. Terrorist responses way of force. Albion used cutting-edge artificial intelligence systems and autonomous drones to capture the remaining members of DedSec. A stark warning to would-be insurgents.
Corporations are posting record profits due to increased efficiencies in production and distribution, enabled by the use of technologies initially developed and approved for security purposes.
Overdue cleanup as crime numbers take a dive. Illegal gambling, drug trafficking and prostitution all down following prosecutions of the leaders of 4 of London's 5 largest criminal syndicates. The streets of Camden and Brixton.
Londoners mandate is extended indefinitely by the government, life finally begins to return to normal. Curfews and travel restrictions have been lifted in all boroughs, thanks to the deployment of
news outlets. Reports of rioting in Trafalgar Square have been greatly exaggerated, possibly by foreign meddlers pushing a false narrative through social media. Albion is in complete control of a few...
reprimand the public about the circulation of fake news. Conspiracy theories persisting in dark corners of the internet that terrorist group DedSec were framed for the bombings have been roundly rejected. Our own reporters could not find a single Londoner willing to expound those theories on camera. The facts simply dictate any other story.
I need to assemble a team, but I can't reboot DedSec alone. Let me break into London CTOS and see who's available.
I'm Claire Waters, and we've been discussing the hacktivist, now alleged terrorist group, DedSec, on this week's Buccaneer Radio. I have Colin calling in. Colin, what's your take?
Now, I've been saying from the start we should have rounded up DedSec and thrown them in jail. Now, I'll say they should all be lined up and shot.
You don't find it awfully convenient that they've been fingered as the attackers, but we've seen no proof?
Look at Tone! Look at our city! What more proof do you need?
Well, Colin, I'd say you have to look at their history of non-violent action. Albion's put more civilians in the hospital in the past few months than DedSec ever has. I smell a scapegoat. Now I have Emily calling in. Emily, what's your take?
You're absolutely right, Claire. The government's just framing DedSec because they want to make it seem like they have this under control. They probably have no clue who was behind the bombings. But that doesn't look good on the news, does it? DedSec's been a thorn in their side. Who better to pin it on?
Angie, I have you next. What do you make of all this?
I think, if anything, DedSec showed their true colors. It's terrifying to think we harbored such a dangerous element for years. Terrorists in our own backyard.
Do you find DedSec more frightening than the different gangs in London, like Clan Kelly?
Clan Kelly might set your shop on fire and maybe they'd kill you, but even they wouldn't try to blow up all of Parliament.
Next, I have Crypto King. Do you feel safer using a pseudonym?
Everyone should. Why make it easier for them to track you? And now we've seen what they're capable of and how far they're willing to go.
Hold on. Do you mean the government?
Shit. Situation is worse than I thought. But there's a candidate. Looks like you're DedSec's best hope. Glad to see you're alive. If you're still committed to the cause, DedSec needs you. I'll send you the coordinates to our last safe house. Meet me there.
All right.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours, and yet here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that could be easily cured. The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Dev Hasani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild west of hoarding, food battles and black market barons? We protect everyone who comes on the podcast by keeping their identities a secret. Here's veteran political reporter Ian on the power behind shortages.
Look, I mean, what was the first thing that happened when Britain sealed itself off? Like, the first stuff that got stopped from coming in was fresh food. I mean, we could live without the fresh food. I mean, everyone's quality of life got instantly worse, but we could live without it. The most damaging part was when the radioactive isotopes. Now, radioactive isotopes, that's what we use in cancer screening, cancer treatment. Now, that stuff, it has a short half-life. Technetium used to save hundreds of thousands of lives just by screening for cancer, let alone testing for cancer. But that stuff has a half-life of 66 hours. As soon as those rules went up, there was just no time to bring it into the country, and that is when people started dying. And then the medicines. The thing is, there's loads of medicines that you just can't stockpile. There was a moment before it took place when actually there was some effort to try and stockpile some of the medicines. There was some things that could be done. For a lot of it, there was simply nothing that could be done. We had a major problem with drugs for schizophrenia. So we saw such an uptick in the kind of attacks that you saw in the street and people suffering on their own because they didn't have the mental health drugs, because those drugs simply couldn't be stockpiled. We eventually found the same thing with foods that weren't produced in the UK. And the trouble with the UK was, we don't produce our own food. We never have. Under half of our own food.
I've downloaded a patch to your optics so you can access our security system. It's set up so that I can't just let someone who isn't DedSec in. You'll have to do the manual override.
Very well. This manual override will be like putty in my hands.
I know a man looking fit will make you risk that bloody discomfort. What's going on?
What the hell? Bloody great show, huh? You know... What?
And every time, I just can't help but think about how fucking strange sleeping is. As a species, close our eyes and accept that we're going to lose consciousness.
Yeah. I'm coming.
Maybe that's why I can't sleep. I'm too busy.
What's the idea, mate? What's your problem? Back it up, yeah?
One of Sabine's, are you? I'll see you downstairs later then.
Information over the phone, and the receptionists aren't allowed to.
Ah, here we go. Down the rabbit hole. Hello? Anyone home? Ah, I suppose I should turn the power back on.
This is the Bug. Hello, Resistors, it's Bug time. Are you all sitting comfortably? No? Good. That's as it should be. This is the Bug. I'm Andy, and joining me to analyse the latest blowflies to emerge from the corpse of a once-free Britain, it's Alice.
Hello, Andy.
And today, we're going to talk to you about Albion, your friends and mine. Alice, the government has extended Albion's contract and have also boasted that violent crime has plummeted to a record low. Now, extending Albion's contract, to me, that's like having a pet dog, let's call it Nigel for the sake of argument, that attacks you every single day and thinking to yourself, wouldn't it be nice if Nigel had puppies?
That contract has been extended so many times, it's like the neck of a politician that's criticised the government.
No DedSec registration detected. Identify yourself or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
Oh, do simmer down. Sabine brought me here.
Sabine's alive? Well, that's one piece of good news. I'm Bagley, DedSec's definitely not stolen, highly advanced AI assistant, and it seems I've been out of commission for a few months. Anyway, why don't you go connect me to the DedSec network so I can become more powerful than you could possibly imagine? I mean, catch up on what I missed.
Jump.
Just what I'm looking for.
Coming up today on The Upload, we're talking about Skye Larson, the enigmatic founder of Broker Tech. Hello and welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating...
Ah, that's it. I'm reconnected to the network, downloading our database, news archives, and... Oh no. Terrorist group DedSec responsible for deadly bombings in London? Dalton Wolf dead? I leave you people alone for a second and you immediately cock it all up.
So, since DedSec did not perpetrate the bombings, the question is, who did?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton... Well, let's be honest, after I disarmed the bomb at Parliament. I'm missing information about what happened after I was taken offline. But from what I can infer, an unknown hacker group identified only as Zero Day was involved. I believe this Zero Day staged the attacks and framed DedSec for their dirty work. Come to my terminal. Sabine is requesting a video call. Patching in Sabine Brandt now. I suggest you listen very closely to anything she has to say.
There you are. I'm glad you made it. Packley. God, it's good to hear your demented little voice. Is your memory intact?
Not even slightly. The last record I have is of our HQ being raided. My only lead is a group known as Zero Day. Ring any bells?
No. But the HQ was attacked by some men in black, the same that were at Parliament. Maybe working together. We didn't stand a chance. They just gunned everyone down.
Dreadful business. How did you make it out alive?
I managed to escape through the sewers to Camden. A contact smuggled me out of the city, and I've been hiding out in the north since.
Prudent. Your profile is red flagged as a high-priority target in the city's surveillance system. Even a partial recognition hit would have you hunted down and shot on sight.
The city's out for DedSec's blood, I'm afraid. I wish I could help, but I'd be sticking my neck out. And I quite like my neck.
Listen, if anyone knows anything about risks, it's me. I lost everything and everyone. But it comes down to this. London is in a death spiral. And if DedSec can't pull it out, trust me, no one can. The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
I suppose we'd better get started then.
Excellent. New user registered. Welcome to DedSec. Now, it would be irresponsible of us to release you naked and mewling into the wild. You'll find equipment around the safe house that are essential items in your DedSec kit. We have a sophisticated system for hiding your identity from facial recognition tech. It's called a mask. And while we're here, perhaps we can talk about updating your wardrobe. I mean, look at you. Come on.
You've got all these fancy new toys, but it's also important to know the basics. You need to learn how to throw a punch and how to take one. Albion will escalate if you come at them with a gun and shoot you down. We want to avoid collateral damage. In DedSec, we tried to use guns.
I'll be right down. Could use the warm-up.
Let's start with some basic strikes. Hit me. Don't be shy. Couldn't have done that better myself. You'll want to get in under my block. Find the weak points. Couldn't have done that better myself. That's it! Quick on your feet now. You want to create distance. Just like that. You're getting it.
Right. Gear in order? Know enough not to punch yourself in the face or get shot for pulling out a gun too early? Brilliant. I'm working out how we find Zero Day and ruin their day, but I need someone with actual legs to do the legwork. Hope you're ready.
We have some damage control to do if we want to change the perception that we're a bunch of violent thugs. I'll let you be the judge of how best to handle yourself, but remember, you represent DedSec now.
First things first. What comes first?
Make no mistake, London is under occupation. Armed mercenaries patrol our streets, allegedly to keep people safe, but really they're keeping the people scared.
Nothing like fear to keep people in line. Albion can get away with just about anything.
So, we have to ignite the will to resist in the people of London by showing them that Albion aren't the solution. They're the problem.
For that, we'll need information. I'm pushing 2 sets.
It seems to me you're ready to fight the powers that be.
Are you with DedSec? If you are, I could use your help.
I'll have a look at our schedule. What's wrong?
My mate and I were mixed up with this activist crowd. Revolting against Albion and shit. At our last protest, Albion jumped us and arrested my friend. They're dead. But we've been blocked from seeing the body. Even close family can't get through.
That's horrid.
Something about it just doesn't add up. I need to know the full story. If you can get that for me, I'll be truly grateful.
I see why you're concerned. We'll see what we can do about it.
The Friend's official record states he was taken to hospital before he died.
Seems like a good spot to dig up some info. I could go for a cigar.
Building a resistance group requires operatives with specialized skills. Technical abilities, firearms handling, and physical training are all valuable. Bare-knuckle boxing ring are a good place to find people who are good at throwing punches, or taking them. By defeating each opponent in an arena, you'll have an opportunity to face its best fighter. Prove your physical superiority, and they may consider joining DedSec. I'm guessing that's some sort of primate society thing.
God! Hope someone's catching this on camera. Oh yeah, still got it. Premiership, here I come.
The demands of being a DedSec operative are all-consuming, so taking app gigs is a good way to make some extra quid that works around your new schedule. Lots of people will pay well to have their sensitive packages handled with care. And some will even pay you for deliveries. Ha ha!
This is London Calling. You're listening.
Auto drive now enabled.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours. And yet, here we are. Those old government
Auto drive now
policies of
disabled.
food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died in conditions that could be easily cured.
Auto drive now
Black market
enabled.
means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Deb Hassani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild west of hoarding, food battles and black market barons?
Come on, come on, come on!
Auto drive now disabled.
Here's veteran political reporter Ian on the power behind shortages.
Look, I mean, what was the first thing that happened when Britain sealed itself off? Like, the first stuff that got stopped from coming in was fresh food. I mean, we could live without the fresh food. I mean, everyone's quality of life got instantly worse, but we could live without it. The most damaging part was when the radioactive isotopes stopped coming in. Now, radioactive isotopes, that's what we use in cancer screening.
I need this in one piece. Oh, bother.
Mind yourself, you don't want the authorities catching you with that.
Control to all units, possible hostiles.
Oh, bugger.
Investigating. Stand by.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer. Your source for what
Through
they
the checkpoint. Repeat, suspect is through the checkpoint.
It's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours, and yet here we are. Those
Any
old
sign of the
government
target?
policies of adequate
Anyone?
food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that could be easily cured. The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Deb Hassani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty?
I hope it's not broken.
Plenty into a wild west of hoarding, food battles and black market barons. We protect everyone who comes on the podcast by keeping their identities a secret. Here's veteran
Control,
political
we're
reporter
heading
on the
back.
power.
Now, that stuff, it has a short half-life. Technology used to say hundreds of thousands of
stomach a turn.
Did you hear that?
Waiting area crime report. Visit the Albion site for up-to-date borough crime statistics. For your safety, please avoid high crime areas. Ha!
Go, go, go!
Rubbish. Toss up. I'm a fucking ninja, mate. I will fuck you up. Come on, man. Let's just chill, all right? Wait, someone's been hurt. Help!
Why are you carrying that?
What? Whoa! Just be cool, okay?
Moving during the scan. Look here! Here!
Hope there isn't a problem.
No problem. You're good.
You're fucking pathetic!
Arsehole!
You look like the rebellious sort. Are you interested in fighting the good fight?
Are you DedSec? Because I've got something that'll tickle your fancy.
Keep talking.
My whole division got sacked a few weeks ago. 300 bloody people left out in the fucking street.
That's horrid.
It kept me up at night, thinking about how it all went down. There's something fishy going on. All 300 of us were skilled tech workers. You can't just replace that many people so soon.
I take it you'd like DedSec to find out more about your replacement.
Exactly. Help me with this, and I'll make it worth your while, if you know what I mean.
A tech corporation acting unethically? Sounds out of character, but let's investigate anyway.
I'll look into it.
Auto drive now enabled.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours. And yet, here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that could be easily cured.
Auto drive now
The black
disabled.
market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kenny run our cities. And Prime Minister Dev Hassani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild west of hoarding, food battles and black market barons? We protect everyone who comes on the podcast by keeping their identity. Here's veteran political reporter Ian on the power behind shortages.
Yeah, I mean, what was the first thing that happened when Britain sealed itself off? Like, the first stuff that got stopped from coming in was fresh food.
I mean, we could live without fresh food. I mean, everyone's quality of life got instantly worse when we could live without it. The most damaging part was when the radioactive isotope. A radioactive isotope, that's what we use in cancer screening, cancer treatment. Now that stuff, it has a short half-life. Techniques used to say hundreds of thousands of lives.
Excuse me, you wanna get off? Nah, blood, not while I'm beating about me. You got beef with me, huh? If you don't stop this, I will. Yo, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. Cuz, look, you think you can tell me what to do? These are my ends, motherfucker. I'll run them. Yeah, I got it. Seriously.
I'm ending this now!
Target's not here.
The guards are in service of the state. Respect their authority.
All units.
Suspect crossed the checkpoint.
All units. We have reports of a hostile in your area. Over. Monitoring for unusual activity.
Control, we are pursuing the suspect. Over.
Government officials.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer. Your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there could be shortages in
Control,
medicine.
I've lost sight of the target. Over.
And yet, here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that can be easily cured. The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Dev Hassani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turned the land of plenty into a wild west of food back of the black market barrel?
Hooray! Another friend to raise hell with. Welcome to DedSec.
Damn right. Man's ready to tear it up.
Fabulous.
Can I help you?
Security measures are in effect throughout London city limits.
What the hell, mate? Sure thing, I've... You got beef with me, huh?
I'm not looking for trouble.
Fuck that. You're in Clan Kelly land now. You're gonna get nothing but trouble. Fuck off before I break your face.
No, what I mean... Yeah, of course, yeah.
Drone's at Timbuki. Lock it down. You don't want trouble? Fuck that. If it's a clash you're after, you'll get one. I've had enough of your bullshit. Get out of my face! Stop! Let's go, G! Get ready, blood!
Okay, no, sounds good.
Government officials.
Sure thing, Okay, but... What is... Oh, very good. Okay.
We're not gonna find him! It's done!
search.
What the fuck's going on with that thing? Reckon we need a lockdown here.
Someone thinks they're jokes, man. Gonna dig you up, hacker.
Nah, that don't look right. We need a lockdown.
Wheels are dodgy. Let's find whoever's behind this.
That's some spooky shit, bruv. Shut it down.
Find the techer that hacked those wheels.
Don't worry, I'll get you. That thing ain't right. Lock it down.
Some techers fucking around. I'm gonna get on them.
Auto drive now enabled.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours. And yet, here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies.
Auto drive now
Hundreds
disabled.
have already died of conditions that could be easily cured. The black market means that criminals...
Auto drive now enabled.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine.
You've arrived at our contact's former employer, and aside from some heavily armed security guards, it's basically a ghost town.
Interesting.
I don't think this replacement is on site. Dig around and see if you can figure out where they are. You can do your corporate espionage from there.
Data coming your way.
Copy that. I'll analyze the company records while you get to safety.
Hey, Bags, talk to me.
Well, I found our prospect's replacement. It's an AI. And a pretty shoddy one at that. Nowhere near as smart as me. It could maybe replace a few million humans at most.
Fucking fuck.
Oh, right. I suppose from your perspective that's a lot. If you like, we can go destroy it before it puts anyone else out of work.
Alright, let's do this. Submitted these right now.
Stan, aren't you? You're fucking brain dead, aren't you? Calm down.
Excuse me, you wanna get out of my fucking face, right? Ah, that's disgusting.